Hello, everybody. Welcome to Writers with Purpose. I am Melvese from Written Words Publishing. At Written Words Publishing, we envision a world where every storyteller, regardless of their background, has the opportunity to share their voice, shape narratives, and impact the world through the written word. And today, our guest will be Catherine Coleman-Smith. She's the author of a wonderful children's book titled The Bloom Within. The Bloom Within is a gentle, inspiring story about patience, love, and discovering the magic inside us all. Follow Lilly as she plants a tiny seed with hope and care, learning along the way that growth takes time, patience, and a whole lot of love. Through her journey, children will see that true beauty blossoms from within, and every moment of waiting is an opportunity to grow stronger, kinder, and more self aware. Perfect for young readers and their families, this heartfelt story encourages patience in a busy world and reminds everyone that the most wonderful things in life, like self love, kindness, and inner strength, grow slowly but surely when nurtured with love and care. A timeless tale for anyone learning to bloom where they are planted. First of all, let me say happy holidays to everybody. Uh and if you're an author out there and you would like to be a guest on Writers with Purpose, let me know. Let me know and you can come on my show. I am the owner of Written Words Publishing, and we created the Writers with Purpose podcast for the sole reason of giving our authors or any author who would like to share their story with the world a platform to share their story with the world. To come on the show and let everybody know what you are, the purpose behind writing your book. Get opportunity. I was in a room with a young lady, author early, and she was like, "Oh, I want to start going live, but I'm scared of the camera." A lot of authors are afraid of the camera. They don't want to be seen, or they're scared to be seen, or they're nervous, or they're uncomfortable. But Writers with Purpose is a perfect place for all you authors out there who are camera shy to just come chill out with Melvise, nice, relaxed environment, quick 20-minute show. Have the opportunity to talk about the purpose behind your book, get some exposure, have some content that you can repurpose for, later on, and also get comfortable being interviewed because if you are a successful writer, you will have to talk about yourself and your story. Okay, let's bring Catherine back up on the stage.
I was trying to read your lips, but I was thinking about the theme of the book. Like, okay, patience. Surely patience is kicking
Patience,
in this
patience.
moment. So
Yes, yes, a nice example of how patience can be used. Okay. Well,
right.
welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
All right, that's just one thing about when you do live, you run into
hmm
technical difficulties. Those are just some things that we just have to deal
Yes,
deal with. Okay, but
for sure.
yes, okay. Well, tell us something about yourself and tell us the purpose behind writing the Bloom Within.
Sure. Well, I'm Catherine Coleman-Smith. I'm a mother. I'm a daughter. I'm the granddaughter of the late great Catherine Coleman Myers, who inspired me to write The Bloom Within. I'm an educator. I have a boutique entitled Crowned in Royalty Boutique. And uh, I participated in being a co author, um, writing being a part of three anthologies and have an opportunity now to write and publish a book of my own. So here we are, here I am, and I'm just so grateful to be here.
Awesome, awesome. So tell us what was the purpose behind writing the Bloom Within? We know that you
Well,
wanted to show gentle, patience, love, discovering the magic
yes,
inside us. Yes.
yes. I was thinking of all of those themes reflecting on my grandmother who passed last year, August 2024. and just a woman with such a beautiful spirit. But I just been reflecting on the things that I'd learned from her. I learned so much from her and my mother and um, my family just in general. And I was thinking about her, and I was thinking about her beautiful garden and thinking of my childhood memories with her. And as a result, what started as a tribute became just healing for me. Um, I had an opportunity as I wrote to heal those childhood wounds that I didn't even realize were there. And so the theme of patience and love and self awareness and self love became a product of me just thinking about the beautiful person that she was and the spirit that she left here with my family.
That's awesome. Yeah. Shout out to all the grandparents out there, especially the
Yes,
grandmothers. Shout out to
grandmothers
all
and
the
mothers.
grandmothers.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, I am. I'm a grandmother with five grandchildren. I
Oh,
cannot wait to go and spend Christmas with
oh,
my
that's so
grandbabies.
sweet. That's
Yes,
so
yes,
sweet.
yes.
My mother is with me now, so I'm so grateful that my daughter has an opportunity to have that same love and exchange that I experienced growing up.
Yes, and I think that is it's wonderful when you think back. If you think back and you think about some of the most important people in your life,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the time it circles back to your grandmother. Your
Yeah.
grandmother is the one who teaches you patience, who teaches you
Mm-hmm.
kindness, who teaches you manners,
Mm-hmm.
who taught your parents everything that your parents are teaching
Yeah.
you.
And also just those domestic um, things that we oftentimes forget, right? In this case, Lily, the character in the story who represents me growing up, she learns, yes, patience, but it was through the art of gardening, right? She was learning to wait and be patient because grandmother was teaching her how to grow, right? And recognizing that there's a harvest, that there is something, there's a product if you just be patient enough, if you wait long enough, if you water it, if you give it sunlight, if you nourish it, that there's going to be something that's beautiful that will flourish just as an outcome. And so although the bulb or the seed was the physical, tangible object, I also believe that there's just such a greater lesson that we can learn there too, just in our lives, right? Oftentimes we're anticipating something or we're wanting something and we're desiring something, but there's a line that Lily says where she says, waiting is like planting a garden inside your heart. And so oftentimes we think about those tangible things, but our heart is something that's intrinsic, right? Those feelings, those emotions that we have, that love that's there. And it's because something has been planted within us. And so I think that's the beauty of the relationship that I had with my grandmother, my mother, and my family, just in general, that something is planted there that just can't be removed. And that tangible thing may have been the seed, but there's just so much that I learned from her, including gardening. I love planting flowers. I look forward to the spring. I can't wait. But that was all because of her legacy and what she taught.
Yeah, that's awesome. I remember my grandmother, she had a there was a grapevine in the backyard. She grew mints.
Mm.
She grew vegetables, and I don't know, I
Mm-hmm.
never was one to really like playing in the dirt for lack of a better word.
Mm-hmm.
But that is something that will truly teach you patience. You have to wait because after
Mm-hmm.
you plant it, it's not going to grow right away. You have to
Mm-hmm.
wait for it to blossom. You have to wait for it
Mm-hmm.
to bloom. But while you are patiently waiting,
Mm-hmm.
the result is something that is far beyond what you actually planted in the
But
ground.
that's where the magic is, right? It's in that process, right? It's in that grooming. It is in that, it's in the wait. You know, scripture even says, wait on the Lord and be of good courage. And sometimes we don't think about that being the hard part, right? Having to wait and still continue to do whatever it is that we're commanded to do. And so you're exactly right.
So what is the age group for your book?
Well, the age group is recommended for second through fifth grade. Yeah, there it is. Second through fifth grade. But as I stated, I think this is a book that can reach any age. As I stated, as I wrote it, I realized that there was such healing that was taking place. And so I would encourage any woman or any person who, one, loves books and also just loves the idea of family and cherishing your loved ones, that this would be a great book for a great read for anyone, really, of any age group.
Yes, yes, and then not only that, I would like to encourage reading and actually having the young ones pick up a physical book and reading the words on the page, especially in this
Mm-hmm.
digital age where
Yes.
everybody is texting and you got the automatic, typing and autocorrect and all of that. I really am, what's the word I want to use? I don't want to say afraid, but I'm praying that
Mm-hmm.
this next generation just does not lose the ability to read and comprehend words written
Yes.
on a piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, there's nothing like touching a book and feeling it and even smelling the pages. For me, there's nothing like a hard copy. There's nothing like a book. My mother was a librarian, and so I was exposed to so many books, and so I believe that's where my love for reading and writing began, um, because I was just exposed to so much literature.
All right, that's
Hmm.
great. I wanna come down and put you on the screen by yourself so you can hold up that lovely book. I would like to see the physical copy.
Okay.
I love to see the physical copy.
And here it is, The Bloom Within. It's such beautiful. It has such beautiful illustrations inside. And this is Lily, the main character. And I have to say, shout out to my publisher, my editor, who helped to make this reality. But I don't want to give it all the way, but the illustrations are just so beautiful.
That is awesome. That is awesome. I'm telling you right now, it's just as a publisher, it's just so great to see the finished product in somebody's
And
hand to
thank
see
you. I
how
appreciate your support. And the
gorgeous
Lady of
it looks.
Wisdom, we thank you. Because you
Yes,
put a
yes,
lot of
yes.
hard
The
work in
Lady of
helping with these
Wisdom.
illustrations.
Yes, yes, I can testify that the Lady of Wisdom did put in a lot of hard work, a lot of back and forth. Like, I don't think we need to change that. Oh, wait a minute, those people are not in the
Mm-hmm.
right place. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, it takes a lot. It takes a lot, you all, to put together to
Mm-hmm.
write an effective story that is
Mm-hmm.
going to reach your target audience, and then
Mm-hmm.
to put it together and present it in a way that is going to be worthy of all
Right.
your hard work and of them
Mm-hmm.
spending their money on the
And it's
product.
also important to have a team of people who understand your vision. So I think that was most important because a lot of changes took place. It is a process, but just seeing the finished product was better than what I could have imagined because I had a team to say, well, instead of this, let's look at this, let's choose this option. Instead of this, let's think about this wording and how it will reach. So there are a lot of nuances as it relates to how a book can become alive, but I think my publisher and my editor really helped, did an excellent job of um, maintaining the theme while also reimagining it to make it just the best it could be. And so I'm very proud of the finished product of The Bloom Within. So thank you, team.
Yes, yes, yes. And I'm quite sure the Lady of Wisdom
Oh
is
no, I
proud of
can't
that
hear you
finished work too.
again.
Oh, really? Oh my goodness. So you know what? I've seen this happen before, y'all. I'm going to have to submit a support ticket to StreamYard because I have seen this happen before when one person comes off the stage, then when they come back on the stage, then they cannot be heard. So I'm going to submit a support ticket to StreamYard about that. But while we're waiting for Catherine to come back, let me just drop some publishing tips on you right here. So, if you are an author, whether you're doing a children's book, a picture book, a book of poetry, a novel, a nonfiction book, whatever it is, it's always great to have a second set of eyes on your story. You do not want to do it solo because someone else can read it and then they can point out some things that you may not have noticed were missing in your story, or something that may be totally crystal clear to you but not crystal clear to the outsider. So it's really important to have someone else to get a second set of eyes on your work, someone else to read it and give you their honest feedback as to what can be done. The same thing if you're doing illustrations, let
Mm-hmm.
somebody else take a look at it, because I can tell you, I don't know how many times, I don't know what page it is in the book, but I remember the book was like almost ready to be uploaded for the distributor, and it was like, oh, wait a minute, look at this right here. It's like, how many times did we look at that and we
Yep,
didn't
that
even
third arm, right?
we
Mm-hmm.
didn't even see that. So yes, it is always great. You do not have to do it alone. You should not
Mm-hmm.
do it alone. You need a second set of eyes. So I
Mm-hmm.
just wanted to drop that
Yeah.
publishing tip on you all right there. We just like to help everybody. Help everybody.
Mm-hmm.
We want to see authors bloom.
Mm. Yes. Yes. And
Yes,
so,
yes, yes.
yeah,
So
that's really good advice.
it was my understanding that you were aiming the story for special needs children. Do you want to talk about that? How this story could help children who may have special needs or some type of intellectual disability?
Well, my background is in, I work with children with exceptionalities. I have for years. I believe the intent was, yes, to reach um, children who wanted to, just needed help with understanding and identifying who they are, that self awareness. As I stated, Lily, she, although she loved gardening, she loved flowers, there were lessons that she needed to learn. Just not even just about patience, but about self love, caring for herself, understanding that, yes, waiting for that bloom, as we stated before, was the same type of care that her heart needed, right? And so to take the time, because you think about most children, right? They want everything instantly. We, even as adults, we want instant gratification. And so, not only for special needs children, but just for children in all, for all of us, just the need to develop and learn those self awareness skills. Because sometimes, we just want something and we want it now. But teaching children to understand, you can wait, you can be patient, and during that time, be courageous, right? Love yourself, be mindful. So all of these are themes that are within the bloom within.
Yes, that's awesome. Patience is something that I really see these youngins nowadays have a hard time with. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's crazy because my grandkids, they'll call me anytime, FaceTime me. They don't realize time difference or any of that.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they'll FaceTime me. And as it was one day, my granddaughter, she tried to FaceTime me, and I was in a meeting. I didn't answer the phone. Then she texted me, Gigi, I'm trying to call you. You didn't answer the phone. I need you to pick up the phone right now before I
Right
crash
now.
out. I said, crash out, girl? Are you crazy? I texted her back. I said, look. I said, I'm in a meeting. I said, you have to be patient. I told you
Yes.
I'm going to call you back and I will call you back. You have to
Yes.
wait. There's no need to crash out because I
Mm-hmm.
didn't pick up the phone when you called the first time. Like, what?
There's that anticipation. So, yes, I can understand that. But
Yes.
is definitely a skill, right? And I think I'm still learning patience. As I think I learned patience as a child, and then I learned patience on another level as a teenager, and in marriage and divorce, and as a mother, there are just different levels of patience that we have to grow into, and now even in my mid 40s, there's such a level of patience that I even have to have with myself because I don't tolerate too much these days, you know? So they're just different levels of growing and development that we have. And I believe that that's also what the Bloom Within teaches us, to just be patient with ourselves as well. Have
Yes.
boundaries, but be
Hmm.
patient with ourselves and love ourselves in the process.
Yes, I always say patience is my greatest virtue. I thank God for patience all the time. I raised
Mm,
four sons. Between my four sons and my ex-husband, is no way that I would still be here,
yeah, without some level of
alive
patience, right?
and free, not in jail.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had an extreme amount of patience. Otherwise, somebody would be in
Yes.
trouble.
And having that core that we can go to, right? Because Lily, she went to her mother, right? She had this beautiful conversation with her mother that helped her to realize the patience. But she had also had that same conversation with grandmother, right? And so I think that's the beauty of having a core, having good, wise counsel, right? Not somebody that's going to tell you, girl, yeah, crash out. You know, some of our children, unfortunately, they just don't have the best examples. They've not learned the emotional intelligence to understand. Let me think before I react. Let me wait. Let me think about what it is that I'm feeling. Let me get my emotions in check, right? And so I can say, just as you stated, that patience that I have, it really came from seeing my mother, right, as an example. Because even in society, a lot of what we see on TV is, um, or just in society in general, are experiences where people are not making the best choice, even with this, we're still in this age of reality TV, although it's not reality, but that those are the examples that we see. And that's what our children see. And so we have to teach them, you know, and that teaching, I believe, comes from modeling. So I'm so grateful that I had that, a mother who was very sound in her thinking, very wise in her thinking, and one that was um, who would do a lot of think alouds, right? So I'm doing this because I made this choice because consider this because, right? And it's that cause and effect, as we stated, I think that just helps us to understand and be able to reason better, right? To make the best choice that we possibly can. So
Yes, yes,
grateful
most
for that.
definitely. So we definitely know. I mean, if you have children, grandchildren, if you're an educator, you know that kids, you can tell them what you tell them, but they are going
Mm-hmm.
to do what they see you do.
Mm-hmm.
So you
Mm-hmm.
have to be an example. You have to be that pillar. You have to show them, not always just
Yes.
telling them,
Yes.
and give them an opportunity to be open. Make sure that they are not afraid to come and talk to you about anything. They should never feel
Yes.
like, oh my goodness, if I tell my mother, my father, my grandmother, my grandfather this, I'm going to be in trouble. No, they need to know that they can come to you and
Mm-hmm.
they can talk to you about whatever it is that's on their mind, that's on their heart, ask you
Absolutely.
anything, absolutely anything that they're uncertain about. Because one thing
Mm-hmm.
you don't want them to do is go to social media, go to, some
Yes.
chat bot, go
Mm-hmm.
to get it from some other kid who, family doesn't have any structure. No, 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 no.
Yes.
You don't want that.
Right. Yes,
Yes.
especially in this age of AI. I was reading an article about just the direction in which a lot of our young teens are having conversation with something that is not even real, right? And yeah,
Yeah, that's
there's
a
a better
whole other.
solution. Mm-hmm.
Is
Yes.
the solution? You know what the solution is? The solution
Yes.
is to communicate with your children
Mm-hmm.
from the moment they are in the womb until you leave this planet. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
communicate with them, open communication, honest communication, and show them the right
Yes.
way to be. That's awesome. All right, well, let us know where we can go and purchase your book, because you know it's holiday time and you all may have already finished your shopping, but you know what, birthdays are coming up. Or if
Mm-hmm.
you're Gigi like me, every time I go to visit my grandkids, everybody got to get
Mm-hmm.
something. I really like had to create a separate savings account specifically for my grandkids, because
Oh,
one would
that's
have
so
a
sweet.
birthday and then another one would have a birthday, and then I couldn't buy something for one on their birthday without buying something for the other one on their
Oh
birthday. And
goodness.
now there's five of them, right? So 5 times a year, everybody
Oh
gets a
goodness.
gift, and then everybody gets a gift on Christmas. Just shout out, just FYI, if you are a grandparent or you're getting ready to be a grandparent, if you don't want to be broke, start stacking your cash right now, because your grandkids will eat up all your money.
Yeah, that's beautiful. It's
But
beautiful.
you can get the book and give it to them at any time. That is like the greatest gift that you could give a child, is a piece of literature. So tell us
Yes,
where everybody can go and get your book.
absolutely. So yes, you can go to the Lady of Wisdom. It's sold there. It's at Amazon and anywhere where the book may be purchased, or you can just reach out to me at social media. I am crownedinroyalty.com. So there's several different ways you can find the book and you can find me. And so thank you for allowing me this time to share the beauty of the bloom within.
That is awesome. All right, before we go, hold that beautiful book up one more time so that could just be like the last thing everybody sees before we leave out of here. So everybody, you all have a great holiday. Happy New Year to you. And yes, y'all go out and get the bloom
The bloom
within.
within. Yes. Thank you. Here it is one more time. The Bloom Within, written by Catherine Coleman-Smith.